Well, good morning, Schmucker Middle School. It is so good to see you again this morning. We are glad that you could join us for this special edition of WSMS. So we are so glad to welcome Congresswoman Jackie Walorski with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. This is awesome. Own little broadcast facility. This is really cool.
So we are excited to hear what she has to say, and we have, of course, Sophia, our National Junior Honor Society president, is going to be asking some questions and share some things as well. So, Congresswoman, would you like to say anything before we jump into the questions?
I'm grateful to be here, and thanks to everybody that is here and tuned in right now. Great opportunity for me. This is it's always good to be home in the district. I can't wait to fly home from DC and get involved in different things. I was at another school previous already this morning, and this is kind of education week for me. So I'm so impressed by your facilities here. I feel like I'm in New York, and this is breaking news. So I'll throw it to you back in the studio.
Okay, so WSMS is a student-run broadcast which we highlight student and athletic achievements. We would now like to start to ask
Sure, go ahead. Absolutely.
So what does it mean to you to be a contributing active citizen?
So, for me, and I think for a lot of people, it means staying engaged, staying involved, especially in your community, and paying attention to what's going on around you, and then finding something that you're interested in and being passionate about it. Every one of us has that thing inside of us that gets us up in the morning, we go to bed at night, and we get back up in the morning because we are interested in something. And it's that issue of passion and drive that ends up directing our footsteps and ends up directing our paths as we continue to get older and learn and decide what it is that we want to do. I would say definitely be aware of what's going on.
Thank you. And exactly how much influence does one citizen have in an election and in government?
Okay, so I could take 30 minutes answering this one question, but I won't, so don't panic. I will tell you that one person makes a difference in this country. And when every student in this place turns 18, if they haven't yet, how important it is to get involved. Number one, cast a vote. Don't even get into the practice of not voting. It is so important. But be a solution maker. Decide that, once you cast that vote that you're going to be involved and that one person does make a difference in this country. Doesn't matter, with the hundreds of millions of us, one person makes a difference, one vote counts, one person counts. And I hear from constituents every single day about issues they have, and we help problem solve. But you know what? If I could do it again, I'd grow up and I would be a problem solver from the time I was young to the time I'm old. Just knowing the kind of problems people are going to encounter and the contribution I can make and helping them lead a productive life and have their part of the American dream.
How might a student in middle school help a person who's running for Congress already serving in Congress?
I would say get involved, and I mean get involved. I mean, since you already are aware of your surroundings and you absolutely know because you're passionate about something that interests you, get involved. Go work on somebody's campaign. Anybody, find out. Start local. Start getting involved in your school board. Get involved with how schools are run and what they're doing and what your opinion is because you were a student. You know best. And I think there's room for everybody when it comes to absolutely getting involved, becoming very, very interested in wanting to solve people's problems. And I think the whole concept of public service is all about helping people and not being so concerned with yourself. I mean, it's easy in a country like America. We have the greatest blessings of any place on the globe. This is the greatest country on the face of the earth. Take it and use it. Take it and use it in a positive way. Take it and use it in a public service kind of way where it's all about outward thinking. It's all about how I can help my neighbor, how can I help my friend, how can I help my state, how can I help my country, how can I help the globe? And there really is no ceiling. The sky's the limit. For whatever you want to do, it's possible.
Other than voting, how did citizens help you get to where you are now?
It takes a lot of volunteers. So if you're going to take that passion, you're going to take that community awareness, and you're going to build on that. And, you want to do something different. You want to offer a solution to somebody. Well, you know what? You're probably going to need help with people. You're probably going to need additional people. That's why it's so important if you want to be involved in politics, you get involved in somebody's campaign so you have a chance to see it straight on. Is this something I really want to do? Do I really want to do this many hours to help somebody solve this problem? And if you find that you do, if you find that you're driven by helping people and that whole concept of public service, then find out for yourself go hands-on. You know, there were thousands and now tens of thousands of people that get involved at the federal level where I am as a member of Congress for the Indiana 2nd District. Can't do it alone. I couldn't do it, and I couldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for thousands over the last 7 years and tens of thousands fellow Hoosiers that came alongside of me and encouraged me and helped me, whether they were helping putting in yard signs or data entry at a computer bank in a database or picking up a phone and calling people. There is more work than you'll ever have volunteers, but you can't represent people without volunteers. It's a team. It's teamwork. And even in Congress, you know, I meet with my colleagues every Monday when I fly in. I fly South Bend, Detroit to Reagan Airport. Within 10 minutes, I'm on the Hill, already meeting with people and talking about the strategy, whatever it is that we're talking about that week. And then I'm meeting with my staff to let them know what that strategy is with our colleagues, and then we move out. But none of it is one individual. None of it is one person. It's all a giant amount of teamwork. And you can start now. That's the good news.
What can we do to influence the House and Senate?
First thing you can do is turn 18 as fast as you can.
We'll get on that. We'll work on that.
Turn 18 and vote. Don't ever ignore your ability and your responsibility to vote. The most important thing you can do in this country is cast a vote. Don't ignore that. And then get involved. You know, write a letter, send a text, send an email, look for me on Twitter, look for me on Facebook, and just respond back, you know, tweet out. Everybody counts. Every individual counts, and every individual voice counts. You know, I know if I'm dealing with an issue in Washington, I know some people are going to support it and some people are not going to support it. I want to know from all those people why they support it, and I want to know why they don't support it. It's really important to know because I'm going to be voting on behalf of all of us. I'm going to be I'm going to cast a vote on people that don't support something, people that do support something, but I want to know exactly what it means to you. So reach out. Reach out to your local mayor, reach out to your superintendent of your school corporation here to say, here's what I think, and I want to help me think about this. And I want to think better about it, or I want to do something about it. Get involved. Don't be shy. Don't be bashful. This is your country. It is your American dream. And people like me are here to assist in making sure you get your chance at the American dream.
So if one of us wants to become involved in politics, what suggestions do you have for us?
Dream big. Start small, dream big. One person can make a difference in this country. I have seen it time and time again. You know, it might be, that you get involved in a local issue and you learn the principles of really listening to people. You learn how to listen to that inner voice inside of you that's your passion, that tells you, maybe you want to do this and maybe, you want to do that. But look inside the details of a campaign. Write to your legislators. Go visit them in Indianapolis and in Washington. You can come see me anytime. But keep that fire burning. Dream big. We have folks here that in our own community that are running for president of the United States. You got folks in the community that are running to be your voice in Washington. We've got people in our community that are your voice right now while the Indiana legislature is still meeting. And we've got people in the community that are the mayors of the towns that we all live in. They all are totally driven by public service and passion. And I would say dream big. Don't let anybody take that dream away. If you want to represent and fight for people, I talk about it all the time that, when I sum up my job and people say, what do you do all that time in Washington? We help people. I fight for Hoosiers. If there was ever a tagline on my life up to this point is, I fight for my fellow Hoosiers. Well, what do you fight for? Whatever it is that they need. They may have a health issue. We're fighting for them. They may be a veteran that comes home and doesn't have the right health care. The government didn't keep their promise. So what do? I go fight the government on their behalf. We are the fighters for people. We are not big government. We represent people that have real issues and real problems, and we go in and we fight to bring those big mountains down. Because if you wake up some morning and you're facing a mountain and you make 20 phone calls to Washington and find out, I can't move this mountain by myself, call your representative, call your senator at the federal level, your U.S. rep and your U.S. senator. That's what we're there for. And you know what? The longer we're there, we become experts in fighting for people and solving problems. And that makes my life complete. You run, get a lot of volunteers behind you, you make a lot of difference, you do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, the reason I do it, is to help bring mountains down in front of our fellow Hoosiers, in front of our fellow veterans, in front of our baby boomer parents and people that really need help. And I'll tell you, there's no greater fighter with greater results than our district, because I have a team of people around me that share that same insight, and we do it together, and we do it as a team.
Christina, would you like to say anything?
Yes, well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we do want to give a little thanks to our, it was our 8th grade social studies students that put those list of questions together for you.
Way to go. Double thumbs up, 8th grade social studies. This is great.
Yes, so just a big shout out to them. Thank you for the questions. And we just really appreciate you sharing with your whole school. I know we've got it with our whole school. We have a small group of students that would like to meet you and kind of say hello and ask you a couple more questions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me just say this. This is a great school system. You have a great leader, Dr. Thacker, that cares about this community, that cares about every single one of you. And I'm just grateful to have been invited this morning and just to share a little bit of insight with the whole school, the potential of every student in this place. And if your desire is to change your community, do it. If your desire is to change your state, do it. If your desire is to change this country, you can do it. If your desire is to be a leader at the world, global level, you can do that as well. And there's no better training than right here in the PHM system at Schmucker Middle School. So thanks for the invite. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you for the questions.
Yep. Well, we appreciate it. We're really proud of what we do here, and we always love showing off our Spartans. We talked about that this morning.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you coming and spending time with us. So, all right, we're going to sign off for this special edition of WSMS. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.